friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Diane. Thank you for stopping by, blessed in the country. So it's early today. It's before 6 o'clock, and I just wanted to get a head start on breakfast. I wanted to review the Nijna Waffle Maker. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on so it can get started. I'm going to put mine on 3, and that's because that's where I like it at as far as the brownness of it and the tenderness of the waffle. I don't like a real crispy waffle. So I did have this that I put in my breakfast video. You can go back and look at that video. And I had to buy another one because the one I had, unfortunately, it died on me. So I bought another one. And I just want to give an unsponsored review of it, but because I really like it. And I think it does really well. So you're going to get this book with it, and it has the owner's manual that tells you the ins and outs and do's and don'ts of it. It came in this box, and I've already started. It's preheating, or heating rather, and the light is red. You can see that light is red. And when it's ready to have mix put in, it's going to turn green and it's going to beep as well. There are several recipes in here. We're going to talk about that. I did the recipe in my breakfast video that's in this book, and it was on point. It was right on point. So instead of using that recipe, because it says you can use the store recipes, so I chose this brand and wanted to see how it would do. I've always made my own, and I just followed the directions on the box to make 5 to 6 waffles. And I'm just stirring it a little bit to get some lumps out of it. And then we're going to put in 2 eggs. And it calls for 1 1/3 cup of water and 1/3 cup of oil. And I'm just using olive oil. Okay, so you put all of that in there and give it just a really good stir. Stir it all up and get it all good and incorporated together. Make sure it's smooth and that it doesn't have any lumps in it. Okay, and it's just beeped, and that's because it is ready for the mix to go in here. Okay, so that is nice and smooth now. The first time I made it, I noticed that this particular mix was a little lumpy, and so next time when I made it, I made sure that I stirred that mix a little bit. So we'll move this so you can see that our light has turned green. And as you can see the features, the light has turned green right here. Here's an oil drip tray, and we have the off button, specialty, and whatever the brownness you want. It goes from 1 to 5 on here. Okay, so it's beeped, and we're going to keep it closed, and there's a measuring cup that comes with it, and there's an inside fill line that you fill it to, and this works perfect. And so you just want to pour it, turn so you can see it, and you're just going to pour your batter into the cup, the measuring cup. Do not go over the line, and then just wipe off. And then on the inside, and I'm going to show this to you up close, right in the top with it closed, we are going to just pour that batter right in. And I try to get it right dead on center as much as possible. Okay? And then it's going to take 4 minutes for it to cook on 3. I don't know how long it would take if you put it on a higher number because I just do 3 because I like the color and I like the texture and the tenderness of the waffle. So I always do mine on 3. So here is the inside of it, and you see how it has rose up and it's cooking. And you're going to have a little tail on it. See this? There's your numbers. And it's red because it's actually cooking the waffle. So it's red. When it's done, it's going to turn green. It's going to beep. Then we're going to open it. This is the release button. You're going to push this button in and pull it down. And that's how you get it out after it releases. So in this book, comes with it, it shows you the different degrees of brownness that you can get it, the instructions on how to operate it, and then there's also gluten-free stuff in here. This is what I made, the classic from scratch. Very good. It was spot on. This mix that I'm using here, it does make 5 waffles, just like the recipe in the book. It made 5 waffles. You can make cornbread in it, so I plan on doing that, making cornbread with it. Dessert, I like it that it's in little small triangles that you can cut, so I plan on making some breakfast sandwiches with it, just like one of our restaurants that we know all too well, and put some sausage and egg on it, or bacon and egg, and put a little syrup on the inside of it. And then this on the last page is your stir-ins. They do not recommend that you use, and it's baked. So I'm going to stop. We'll come back to the book. I'll try to do this so you can see it. It's a little awkward for me. They recommend you use silicone tongs. Look at that. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Now there's a little tail. I'm going to take that off to burn. But what I want to show you, and then just close it back up. And guess what, guys? You don't have to wait for this thing to heat up again. It stays green. There's a little tail that's on it. That's okay. I prefer to have that on there, and I'll just cut it off and I'll just use it for something else or whatever. But I prefer to have a little tail on there, just so, for purposes of it, how it looks. Just cut that tail off, or just keep it on. But there's an inside shot of how it looks. Yum. Smells terrific. That's one side. Here's the other side. Delicious. So I'm going to open this back up because they do recommend that you put a little oil on it. And this is just, again, olive oil. It worked fine. And I just brush a little bit on it. I had already done it before. Forgot to show you that step. But just a little bit of olive oil, and I don't do it every time. Okay, so we're going to close it back up. We're going to make another one. And again, remember, it takes 4 minutes. Always remember to stay well within that line that's on this cup. And then just pour. Because I pour this way so you can see it. And I'm just pouring it straight down in the middle. I guess the only thing that I wish was better, and the light did turn red, is that you could add some blueberries or strawberries or something to it. But you can't because of how it's made and how you close it up. If it was something that you could just close down flat, if it laid flat, you could, of course. But because it can't get through all those little rivets that's down in there, you can't do, you know, any type of blueberry or anything, unless you just put it in at the very end, maybe, possibly. But I versusly doubt it and would not try it. But you can put any type of thing in, and as I was saying in this book, the stir-ins, you can stir in chocolate cocoa powder, zest of a lemon, pumpkin spice, chirero, if I said that right, any type of a savory herb they're saying would work, apple cinnamon. So you can make apple cinnamon pancakes. You can make peanut butter pancakes if you put in the peanut butter powder. So I'm going to try peanut butter powder because I have that on hand as well. So I will be trying that one day to put that on. I'm going to continue to make these waffles and stack them up, and we're going to have them for breakfast. Put some syrup and some butter on them. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And again, this mixture for this particular box, I would have got store brand had they had it, but they did not have it at my store. So I just got this. This was actually the only brand that they had. So I'm not sponsoring this. I'm not endorsing this. This is just all they had in my store. But again, I did make the ones that were in the book. And that's fabulous. You know, I always tell you to do it from scratch if you can. And that's what I always do, is scratch whenever possible. Sometimes I want to save time, and I will, you know, do something with a box mix. But for you single parents out there that just don't have time, but you want to give your kids something really good and healthy, yeah, go with that. You know, you made it, you know that it's going to be great. You're not going to have to worry about if you get home and what condition it's going to be in, if it's going to be warm, if it's going to be hot. You're cooking it right off the stove. Now, I will tell you this, that with these waffles, one is pretty much all that I can eat. And my husband, well, he can barely eat one, too. One pretty much is enough for him. So they are pretty nice and thick. And as you can see the lines, I'm going to go ahead and cut right down the middle and show you what I was talking about. Make sure I got that apart. Okay, there we go. So you take that and put you an egg and some sausage in between it. Then you got yourself a what? A breakfast sandwich. Yeah. So that's going to be really, really good. But, oh, I wish you could smell them. They are delicious. Just divine. I tell you, divine. All right. So there goes the buzzer again. And we're just going to squeeze the button on the side and pull it down. And then we're going to go ahead and take it out. Switch up so you can see. And again, it comes out the same way. It's got a little bit of a tail, not as much as my first one did. But there you see they're stacking up. And just remember to close this up. It looks oiled enough for me. So I won't oil it this time. And we're going to continue out. And cleanup is a breeze, y'all. This is all the residue that I have on it after I've made a whole batch of 5 waffles. All they recommend you do is to let it completely cool and then just wipe it down with a damp cloth. And that's what I do. And it works out very well. Okay, y'all. I'm getting ready to eat. I wanted to show you these. Deliciousness. They are very good. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Nijna Waffle Maker. Have a great day and be blessed.